Hello race fans, and welcome to Moon Speedway for the Wheelyking350 351. A very important and crucial night of auto racing is about to take place. Chad Limburner needs an elixir to get back into this championship battle. Early on in the season, already 6 points behind the championship leader, Steve Brown. Bill Steinbach currently holds the second place spot in the championship battle. Tonight's race, a bit of a cooler evening here, but very humid. We'll see how that affects these cars for the first humid evening race we've seen of the year. Trust us, you're going to like the way we race. I guarantee it. What an exciting heat race to cap off the racing this evening as Bill Steinbach decided to run the heat race after collecting the pole in qualifying. Not the victor, though, in the heat race. An exciting battle between Steve Brown and Bill Steinbach. Get ready for some rough and ready racing. Three, two, one, go.
Green flag is out, and Chad Limburner has a major accident in turn number 1, along with Steve Brown down in turn number 3. Track maintenance team expeditiously goes to the speedway to fix everything to get it safe to go back racing. As the field now is getting lined up for the first restart of the evening. Limburner on the bottom. Green flag is back out. Steinbach has the lead going into the back straight. Limburner takes it as Brown has some issues in the middle of the racetrack.
Limburner now fighting and takes the lead, leads that lap, but Steinbach steals it back for just a second, giving it to Brown later on that lap. Now Limburner cuts through the center line. He's in third place in a wreck down the backstretch, lap 4. Let's take a look at this one again.
Big trouble in turn 3 between Steinbach and Brown. Look at this. Coming into turn 3 with a full head of steam, Steinbach drove over the automobile of Steve Brown. Brown lands upside down as Bill lands on all 4 wheels. Green flag is back out. A bit of a bump, and Brown's into the back straight back in third spot. Chad Limburner in second, and Bill Steinbach leading this race with quite the advantage over the rest of this pack. He wrecks in turn number 2, continues rolling, but back in third spot. A bit of aggressive driving to pass Limburner. And all that will get him is 1 lap down as Brown wrecks in turn number 1, putting Bill back on the lead lap, and it's a battle for the lead.
Limburner now has the lead as he hits the outside wall, giving it back to Brown once again, lap 10. Steve Brown in his Dodge has the lead. Goes around for lap 11, and Steinbach now going backwards on the speedway as Limburner gets stuck on the cone for lap 11. Steinbach will come down on the track again and get on hit the cone up in turn number 1.
Steve Brown with a nice wheelie out of turn number 4 and some contact with the rear end of Bill Steinbach's car, propelling him through the middle of the racetrack into turn number 2 as Limburner had an issue in 3 all by himself. Green flag is back out, and they're flying down the back straightaway as Steve Brown obviously knows how fast he was going after that hard lick on the inside cone, bringing out yet another caution.
Got a windshield full of orange. All right, now the Dodge is going to have the middle lane, but goes shorter to the outside, and that'll cause him to wreck up in turn number 1, going upside down on lap 14.
Bill Steinbach on the bottom, Chad Limburner in the middle. Steve Brown will have the outside. A bit of a jump there for Bill Steinbach. As Limburner and Steinbach both have big trouble down the backstretch, and Bill actually goes upside down. Here it is again. Out of turn number 2, Steve Brown got into the back of Steinbach, and that put him into Chad Limburner, who went outside the track, and then his car stopped. Bill had nowhere to go and drove up and over and landed upside down behind Limburner. Green flag is back out. Limburner has the lead out of 2. Steinbach leads it off of turn number 4.
Brown hooks Limburner, and they get tangled in turn number 2. Steinbach's going to put them both 1 lap down, and they're going to go around the track after hitting into the middle of the speedway there. Now they're 2 laps down. Limburner's catching up. He hits them both and fighting for a lap here, fighting not to go 2 laps down. Ooh, and they don't. Ooh, Limburner passes Steinbach right at the very end, hooks him and pulls him to the outside of the track. Neither of them are 2 laps down. That's going to be good for them on this restart, both the Dodge and the Chevrolet out here today.
Good luck for Brown and Limburner. Track maintenance team setting those cones in their proper location in the middle of the racetrack. Steve Brown claims the outside lane. Bill Steinbach comes to take the middle lane, and this means Limburner will have the bottom lane of the racetrack. Green flag is back out. Steinbach with the jump and a spin out of 2 as Brown takes the lead. Limburner's in second spot, and now Bill Steinbach is trying to not lose a lap to leader Steve Brown. 15 laps of racing to go. And Chad Limburner getting aggressive to try to get past Steve Brown, and he will pass him into turn number 1, but lose it out of 2. He'll put a fender to him and flip him over. Wow. And Brown continues rolling, only to flip in turn number 4 on lap 29.
All right, let's take a look at this again. As they go into turn 1, look at how Brown is flipping, just pulls on the rear end of that car, and he continues to move.
Field getting ready for the restart. Brown on the outside. Green flag is back out. He'll get into the right rear quarter panel of Chad Limburner, putting him hard into that cone in turn number 1. Brown takes the outside lane for the restart. Steinbach takes the middle. That means Limburner will have the bottom lane.
The lane he's had quite a lot today, and he's doing well off of it. Gets the lead for short amount of time. This time, not so much. Going to go outside the speedway with the other 2 drivers, and they're going to be a caution on lap 31. Steinbach possibly could have gotten his car back in through the tire wall, but did not have success doing that.
A nasty accident for the rest of the field. Steinbach takes the middle lane. Chad will take the bottom lane, and that means Steve will have the outside. Let's see what they can do in this restart. Green flag is back out. Wow! Chad Limburner way up in the air in turn number 2.
All right, track maintenance team sorting this out along with the drivers getting their cars back onto the track after that horrendous wreck. Steinbach's going to go for the middle lane again, but gets pushed out by Brown. Limburner's going to go on the outside. The other 2 drivers aren't ready yet, though. Oh, last-minute adjustment.
Track maintenance team making sure everything is safe to go back racing. It is, and the green flag is back out, side by side out of turn number 2 for second. A little bit of a bump there. Brown has the lead. Chad bumps Bill out of the way into the outside groove to pass him coming out of turn number 2. And now Bill's trying desperately to retaliate on Chad. He'll get a fender underneath him, and he will clear him almost, but he'll lose control. The white flag is out! Steve Brown wrecks with Bill Steinbach in the back straight. Chad has the lead, and he will cross the stripe. It's a dead heat. Steinbach picks up third spot. The officials high atop Moon Speedway in the booth still sorting out who won this race. Here it is again. Okay, you can see coming off turn number 4, Chad hits the cone, loses momentum, and they cross the line right at the exact same time. Here it is in full speed. You see Bill and Steve wreck on the backstretch. Here comes Chad. He'll come up. Here it is in slow motion now. Right at the line, Chad lost control, drove into the dodge of into the dodge of Steve Brown. There it is, frame by frame.
Brown's going to get the win and 10 more points for him on the season. There, as you can see him crossing the start-finish line. Look at the face of the very elated drivers. At least the intensity is taken off of them for this night. What a great race for Brown, though. Limburner almost just that close. And Steinbach, what a dirty move at the end.
What a dirty move for Bill Steinbach. Will there be fines, penalties, even suspensions? We'll find out in the coming weeks. Right here on the Three Rivers RC Racing Channel.